Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you just how easy it is to connect ZimmWriter to WordPress and start uploading all kinds of blog posts. So the first thing you want to do is click on the options menu inside of ZimmWriter and then click on Set up WordPress. Now with this open, you'll see this directions link. Click the directions link. It will take you to this install guide. I'm going to cover everything in this, but this is also good for reference too. So the first thing you need is your WordPress site URL. So I have it here. And this is just going to be the HTTPS followed by your domain name. And if your domain uses the www, leave that in. If it does not, then don't add that. Just have whatever it is in this little box up here. Now we don't want WP admin. We're not including that stuff. Just it should just end with whatever your top level extension is. Usually it's just .com. Now, if you do have your site set up on a subdomain, you should be able to add that too. Like if you had like site dot your domain, that should also work too from a connection standpoint. The next thing you need is your WordPress username. Now you can find all your users on the left-hand tab. There's a users section, and in all users, you'll find the user that you want to then give access to. You can give access to your administrator user or to a secondary user like a VA or something. That's perfectly fine. You'll get that username. So our user here is called test user. And then before we enter the password, we need to be very sure that this user has new post creation authority. So look at the role and then make sure that this user is either an author or administrator. If it's not one of those, you're likely going to get an error telling you that you cannot create posts as this user. If you do get that error, this is likely the cause. So after you've confirmed that they are either an author or administrator, you scroll down to the app passwords. So this app password is completely different than the user's password to log into WordPress, okay? Two different passwords. This allows you to add, it's like an OpenAI key in that it allows you to add multiple different passwords for different apps that you might be using without compromising your entire user's login. So we'll just call this, you can call it whatever you want. We'll call it ZW, and we'll click Add New Password. And just like OpenAI, you copy this because once you copy it, you can never get it back. But you can always revoke this stuff very easily. Then we'll come over here and we'll click paste. And then all you have to do is press save new config. Now it says we successfully created a test post. So we'll go to our posts, we'll do a refresh. Test post created. There you go. So our connection is now successful and we can close this and then go into one of the writers and click WordPress. And then from the dropdown, select our site. And it will take a second because it's going to contact the site now and pull all your categories. So we click automotive, and then it's going to pull all the subcategories if any exist. And then you can set a subcategory if you want. You can set the article status if you want. You can also set a schedule, an auto-publish schedule. This schedule is really awesome. It's very configurable. And it's all dependent, like I'm in the bulk writer, for instance. This is all dependent on how many titles I have in here. If I just have one title in here, all right, then I can schedule, oh, where'd it go? I can schedule that one title. But imagine I had a bunch of titles in here. Let's just say that's 15 titles. Then it becomes more of an important thing to focus on. So we can say, I want 3 posts to publish each day, week, or month. We'll say week. Starting on, you pick your starting date, a couple years in advance if you want to. And then you can pick your month, you can pick your day. Now, what's really neat about this is let's say we schedule 100 blog posts and we say I want 3 blog posts each week starting on this particular date. You can then come back later after you've done this run and everything's been scheduled and schedule more blog posts, but schedule them to take effect later on in the year. So maybe you've scheduled out through September, you now want to start scheduling in October. You can easily do that now. Very cool. What else? Let's see here. Now, if you ever need to get in and modify your stuff, modify your WordPress setup, it's really simple to do. Click on Setup WordPress. We can load our saved site. And we can change the user, we can change the password, then we can press Update to update it, or we can delete the config. At the moment, you can have about 10 sites saved in the database. And what's cool is when you quit ZimmWriter and then start it back up, this is all permanently saved here. So just realize that whenever you go to one of these new features in here, you'll have to select what site, select what category you want to upload this stuff to. So that's it. If you have any questions about this, drop a comment down below or hit me up on the Facebook group. Other than that, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you liked it, and I will see you in the next lesson. Talk to you soon.